Hey, welcome back. Another day, another vlog. Tuesday. Back to work. Holidays over, done and dusted. Bags at 99% packed. I just got to put my stuff after I finished the vlog away. Pack the car and yeah, spend a little bit of time with my little buddy before I go, and then back to the grind. Well, back to paying bills. It's only what we do it for. We don't do it for fun. I don't know anyone in mining that actually enjoys it. We're there to pay the bills or to let us go on nice holidays or whatever you do. Where it ain't there because you love being a miner. You need to see a doctor if you do. There's something wrong if you enjoy mining. But anyway, it's all good. I guess it's sort of, for me, it's sort of not too bad. I just sort of get back into my routine, and that's the thing. You got to have a routine in mining. That is the key. 12 years now. I went into just about into August. I hit my 13th year. But yeah, so crazy stuff. 12 years, quarter of my life in one place. It's a strange feeling. I don't know if you ever look at it that way, but yeah, it's a long time to spend in the middle of the desert. But yeah, good stuff to do. Some stuff I do want to check out. I'm going to try and do a whole video with just that 24mm this time when I go over. That's my key. That's what I'm into, but I've got the other lenses there. As I said yesterday, the Mini 50s, M50's gone. We're flying solo. I'm trying to trace up. If I can get an R6, I'd like an R6. I don't think I can afford an R5. They're just not cheap enough at the moment. But seems like there's plenty of R's out there in my price bracket that I can afford, so I've got to chase that. I'm also looking for a wide lens. Maybe change the Sigma R out for a Canon. I'd love to get an RF mount because the focus is so much better on the 24-105, but I just don't think I can do it. I even looked at the 24-105. There is a 24-240, I think it is. I looked in the Canon lens map yesterday. Looked at that, maybe swapping that up there to give me a little bit as a long distance one, and then only just need a wide. Yeah, it's just getting something. That's what the RF range needs is a wide, affordable lens. It's like $3,500 for that 15 to 35. Sometimes you see them around $3 grand second hand on eBay, but that's a lot of moolah for a lens. But it does make a difference with that focus, that fast focus. So I'm looking at some 16 to 35 Series 3. So that's the latest version of the EF one. I think that's probably my next. The only one realistically I can afford, so I've got to look at that and suss that out. Other than that, 24 hours of fun is the first one I've done for a while from the coast. I used to do it all the time, but I used to have somewhere to stay. Now I don't, so it's basically drive to Brisbane in about 3 hours. I've got to go see my brother and sign some documents for the lawyers for family stuff. Then go to Brisbane, drop the car off, fly to Perth, get there tonight about 10 o'clock, and then we leave at about 4, and I can check in about 3:30, 4 in the morning at the airport. So there's no easy getting a room, so basically hang around. Most of the guys just hang around the airport. Unfortunately, Perth Airport's one of those airports where they're not really clever and haven't built a hotel at the airport. That would be just perfect. And there's plenty of land there to do it. Just no hotel owners have done it. You've got to travel into the city and then come back, which is a pain in the butt. For any traveller, to be able to walk from the airport straight to the domestic terminal would be perfect. Maybe one day they will do it. Probably once Qantas finally decides to move to the actual airport where they're supposed to have done, but they refused to do when they split the airports and built the new section of Virgin's in. It's a little bit strange that one, how Qantas swung it over the government there, and kept their own airport. Another reason why I don't want to go anywhere near Qantas, because you've got to go to the other side. You've got to get a cab just to get to their airport because they refuse to move. But anyway, that's that. So 24 hours, and then I've got to fly to work in the morning, then do my shift, and then so I say that first night I am going to crash. It's going to be a bit of a bit of a shock to the system after a while. But anyway, good news is I've got plenty of time to sit in the lounge and on the plane to do some editing, so I can start doing the photos for this week's video. Smash a heap of that out, do that when I'm waiting for the plane in the morning as well. So there's plenty of things I can be doing, and it'll give me time. So it'll keep me busy, which will mean the time will go fast. That's always good, staying busy. Now, MacBook 14, 16-inch Pros, the M1, M1X, M2, whatever it's going to be called, whatever chips in it. The new 14 and 16, Jon Prosser is saying, are coming to the WWDC. He's confirmed it. That's a pretty good, he is a pretty good track record. He's been on the money the last few times with the Apple stuff, so look, that's pretty much close to as good as confirmation as you can get. It looks like we're finally getting that new form factor for the 13's finally becoming the 14. It should have been a couple of years ago. I think Apple just were waiting for that chip, that M1 chip, and make sure it worked. So it looks like that's finally happening. 14 and the new 16 with the square body, that's going to be good. I'm going to keep mine. Mine does all the jobs I need to do. I can't afford to do it anyway, so it's a massive cost. I want to get full value, at least 5 years out of mine before I change up. When you're spending $6 grand, you're not just going to change it every year. You're not going to get the value second hand, so I don't think. I'll have a look at the trade-in, but I doubt you will get anything. But look, that's coming in WWDC. That's June 7th to 11th, so that's a couple of weeks away. I think that's just before we're coming back. It starts, so that'll be a big deal. So we should know in the next couple of weeks on that. Strange one, Nikon Rumors, or Nikon Rumors from Photo Rumors, so check this out over their site. They're saying that Nikon could be building a retro style mirrorless camera. So much like the Olympus OMD series, which they do look fantastic. They got the best stabilization. They got a really good name. The only problem I have with them is their APS-C. I don't want to go back to that. For photos, I can't. Their weatherproofing is the best in the business. Their stabilization is the best. They do really good. For video, it's fantastic. For photos, not as fantastic. But they also have that retro styling too. Well, it looks like Nikon's going to be bringing that out. Maybe probably an articulated screen. It's going to be an APS-C, so it's going to be video-centric, I'm assuming, which is strange when you go to a retro style photo camera. You think it'd be more photo-centric. Being a retro style, but again, Olympus sort of, I guess they're photos, but yeah, I don't know. Who am I to say? It's my feeling. I want to go full frame. I'm excited and I'm happy with where I'm going with my full frame. But retro styling does look good in the camera. That chrome reminds me of my Pentax K1000, the first one I ever got to use real camera at school and film when I used to do film and roll my own film, develop my own film, do my own photos and large, all that sniffing chemicals for hours on end in a dark room. I don't know why anyone would ever want to go back to that because, yeah, as much as it was fun as a kid, I don't think I could handle just inhaling hours upon hours of chemicals. So it's not good for you. It can't be. Look what happened to me. I'm sure it's from that dark room. Mrs. Porcelli. But anyway, yeah, look, that was cool. They're saying it's going to be basically based on the FE10, so similar sort of, so it's not going to have a big hand grip, going to be flat, but it will have mechanical dials and stuff like that, which I think would be pretty cool. Why not? They need to find something, a little bit of edge. Specs-wise, nothing really else out there other than it's going to be APS-C. But yeah, see what happens. Sirui or Siri, or however you pronounce it, I'd say Siri. But it's the UI in the end. Anamorphic Lens, new size out live on Indiegogo now. So if you're into film, this is going to be a great for close-ups and get that monstrous bokeh background. 75mm anamorphic, f1.8, so perfect for low light. 1.33 crop X. Mounts EFM, E, the Z mount, the X mount, micro 4/3. Just under 800 grams at 795. 130 millimeters long, so it's a fairly decent size lens. So it's got a bit of weight and a bit of girth to it. 67 mil filter size, roughly around $690 US, depending on what Indiegogo one you do get. So you want to get on there early if you do want it. So it's roughly about $1,000. I guess after that's going to probably jump up to about $1,200, $1,300 Australian. So it's not on the Australian side yet, obviously. It's coming through the US Sirui branch, brand, I guess. But yeah, go check it out at Indiegogo from the film. 75 mil is going to look really good for portraits and stuff like that. So it makes it actually big. It's more like I guess it's going to be like 100 mil around about there when you go up for your APS-C adjustments. So it should look pretty good. They have a great track record. They released everything. I had the P1 gimbal, which just wasn't using it, so I got rid of it, but it worked fine. They do some great stuff, Siri, and I've had a few. I think I've still got a variable filter there, so they do good stuff. So if you want an anamorphic and that's the size you're after, around about 100 mil, 75 APS-C, go check it out. It is live now. Now, last but not least, Twitter has announced, I was watching Lou later, thanks Lou, that you can now, anyone can apply for the verification tick. Now that's similar, well, is that nothing, what's that blue tick? Well, it's sort of good, and it'd be good with my business one, with the 34 media one, sort of to prove that, yes, that is the actual 34 media one. So I'm going to try and apply for it. I did have a quick look in the account settings. It's in the account tab somewhere. But it also says in the note he was talking about it may take a couple of weeks before it flows out. Obviously, it's going to be a big rush, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. But you will be able to get it done. I think it's good if you're trying to get sponsors or anything like that. This is always a good way to say, "Hey, here's my Twitter. I'm verified on Twitter." It's a good sort of, I guess, just a good little tool to prove that you're professional in what you're doing. So that's mainly why I look at it. It sort of helps me with my brand and with the photography, and when I'm doing the stuff up on Twitter, it shows that people, yeah, okay, well, it's not some hacked out bot just pumping out crap. It's this guy's an actual person and doing the right thing. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think it's good. I don't think you should have to have 1 billion followers and all that. If you can prove and give an identity so they can track you, and if you say something nasty, well, then they can come and get you anyway. So I think that's really, it just verifies you are that person and this is your brand. If you can prove that, well, then I don't see why you can't do that. I think you should do the same, and same on Insta, like have to wait to get 1 million followers and all that rubbish. Look, just by having a tick doesn't mean you're amazing. It just means on Insta it means you're like famous or whatever. But yeah, look, having this sort of, from my feeling, it gives you just like a little bit more proof that, look, you're a professional. You're willing to put your name and your details in across the board and say, look, this is my business. I'm who I say I am, and hope you enjoy my content. So it should be good. So keep an eye on that on Twitter, whatever you're into on Twitter, if that's your thing. This could be for you. Another little quick one. So that's pretty cool. Other than that, that's it. It's time to pack up. I'm getting all my gear done. Hard drives packed away. I've done my last backup. Yeah, good to go. Done and dusted. Merch on. I've got a jumper. It's going to be cold tonight. I've got all my warm stuff ready to go for the plane and for Perth. Yeah. Anyway. Righto, I will see you all after work tomorrow. Wow, that's going to be crazy. So it'll be a late one tomorrow night. Yeah, and then back to normal. After worky, some night ones. We are back to the mine. Rightio, wherever you are, coming this way, that way. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.